Okay, I think think I've got it working. Yes. Can you hear me now? Flippy, hi. Yes. Okay, that's working. I don't know what happened there. The microphone wasn't picking me up. Never done that before. But I unplugged it, plugged it back in, had to restart OBS, and now it's working. So yes, glad you can hear me. Krogan, hello. Floopy, hello. I believe a question was asked. I've lost it when I was trying to fix that problem. So if you'd like to ask the question again, I will answer it. And I'm going to get started. Normally I wait for 10 minutes or so, but I'm kind of eager to get on with this. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Eric, hi, welcome. So the other day I asked for your guys' help to support software upgrades. So I did a little mini crowdfunding campaign, and you guys really surprised me by fully funding me in about 3 hours. I'm still kind of reeling from that. But one of the things I said I would do is edit together chapter 1 to 16 into movie edit using Dune as inspiration, because the recent film is Part One, which is half the book, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So one of the things I said I would do is upgrade the effects and some of the other things in the earlier chapters so they match the quality of the later ones. Obviously the software has come a long way since then. So today I'm going to be starting on that, because chapter 17 is finished. It's going to be released on Friday, not Thursday, because it's Thanksgiving in America, and I figured that I didn't want those people spending time with their friends and families or whatever they were doing to miss out. So I thought Friday would be the better day, even though I prefer doing it on Thursdays. So that's coming on later this week. But today we're going to be starting on chapter 1's space battle, to be in part 1. And no, I still have not checked the Thrawn chapter in the book. I keep forgetting to do that, which is terrible because it's been weeks. Okay, so I have a choice with what to do here, because one of the things I can now do is render with Omniverse, which is a ray tracing rendering platform. What you guys did was to help me raise the money to be able to render the characters in that. I haven't been able to make the purchase yet because there was some issues with the Reallusion website, which I hope they fix soon. So I can't do anything with the characters yet, but I can do the space scenes. So what I'm trying to figure out is, do I render the space scenes the same way I've been working so far, specifically in chapter 16, where I put together layers of for the different effects, or do I use Omniverse? Now I'm still learning Omniverse, and I'm a little bit concerned I won't figure out how to do everything in time, especially all the effects for the space battle, because there's lots of lasers and explosions and so on, and I'm a little bit concerned because I said I would release this in time for the holidays. So I don't know if I can get that done in time or not. So I thought I would start with seeing how long it takes me to do the layers process on some of this space footage tonight, and then go from there and decide which is going to be the better results. And I haven't had a chance to sit down and learn all the particle effects I need to for Omniverse yet. I know it has those things because I've been seeing the tutorials and some of the example videos, and it looks really impressive, much better than what we see here. It's just a matter of, can I get it done in time? Now I definitely know I can't do all of the character scenes in time because there's a lot of those, and render time is still an issue. But it'd be nice to get the space scenes looking really good. So this week I intend to sit down and go through the tutorials and fully learn how to use Omniverse to do the kind of scenes that are needed. Like, I can do some basic stuff. Like, if you saw the video where I was talking about why I wanted the software updates, you can see some test renders. Some of them are Star Wars. There's some Babylon 5 stuff that I was playing around with. Basically I just loaded in old projects and hit the render button, well, the export to Omniverse, and then hit the render button just to see how they'd look, and it looks really good. This is kind of an annoying way to have to import the... There probably is a better way, but this is the one I've got. So, bear with me a second while I sort this out. So basically I'm going to chop up the I've got this really long render of the sequence, which is various shots of the battle, and there's some other bits I haven't rendered this way yet, but this is kind of the main segment of it. So Matthew, hello. And yes, chapter 18 is when he gets taken aboard Carter's ship. He doesn't get beamed aboard. That's Star Trek, but it's close enough. I hope what I'm doing shows up on the stream. So basically I've got these 4 layers. There's the background, which is the stars. Then there's the big ships, which is the Star Destroyers and the New Republic ships. And then the fighters, which is more or less the same thing, but just the fighters instead. And then lights, which is the glowing effects. So, you know, lasers, engines, and so on. Anything that lights up. So just sorting that out now. I'm going to do it in one piece at a time, one camera angle at a time. Let's see. Erin, yeah, she senses and finds him. That's going to be the next chapter I work on after I do the movie edit. Kyle, yeah, I think you're right about 4 hours. I put together... Okay, so the other day I released a request for help for a crowdfunding campaign so I can upgrade the software. And I'm not going into the details of that now, but you can check out the videos on my channel if you want to. And you guys fully funded me in 3 hours, which I'm still very pleased and amazed by. And I said that what I would do is edit together chapter 1 to 16 is into a movie. So that's going to be Heir to the Empire Part 1, using the recent Dune film as inspiration, because that was the first half of the book, and so obviously Part 2 of Dune is going to be the second half. So why not do the same thing with Heir to the Empire? Because I've got that much done already. I'm not going to include 17 because 17 actually works nicely as a beginning for Part 2, whereas after that it wouldn't so much. So this is what I'm doing, is touching up the effects so that the early chapters match the quality of the later ones, because obviously the series has come a long way since then. Floopy, yes, it's kind of a pain to render that way, but that's what I have done. So I turned off all the ships in iClone, or all the objects, to render these stars. Turned the stars off and everything else except for the big ships, which in this case is the Chimera over there. Did the same thing with the fighters, which is the assault gunboats. And then I turned all the lights off and changed the background to just a plain black one, so then all you get is the glowing, which here's the engines. Matthew, that sounds like a difficult situation to be in. I do sympathise. So I've copied the layers into this one project composite shot here, so it can combine them. Robotic Pope, hi. Strid Gamer, hello. And Floopy, yep. They said June couldn't be either. Robotic Pope, no, I'm not going to take the original edits away. There's been lots of requests for the movie edit, and this is what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to take down the original chapters either. So this starts with, this is where the crawl would be. So and then the camera pans down and we get the assault gunboats flying along. Now, did I choose the right? Yes, I think I want screen for this. Yeah. But yeah, don't worry, all the original stuff's still going to stay exactly where it is. For one thing, I got so many comments and from all of you guys there, I don't want to lose those. So it'll still stay there. And I also imagine that the individual chapters are a lot easier to sit down and watch than this, because I put together a very rough edit earlier, and it's nearly 2 hours long, so that's a long time to sit and watch a film on YouTube. So yeah, not getting rid of anything. Matthew, I'm glad to hear that. Mr. Arthur Wesley. I don't know who Admiral Trench is, and I feel like I should. Let's see. I am going to take a slightly lazy approach here because I did a lot of compositing for chapter 16, so I've still got... Basically what I did is I took the project file, deleted most of the shots from it, with the exception of a few, with the sole purpose that I can copy and paste just like that. Oh, I remember him now. So I was thinking, where's the name familiar from? But yeah, I do remember now. I've turned the effects off because motion blur is quite demanding on the system, which isn't what I need when I'm trying to get this sorted out. Don't know if you can see it, it's not showing up so well, but should be a little bit of a motion blur there on the stars. I think Thrawn would beat Trench. You just about see... I'm pointing at the screen, and of course you can't see me doing that. There's a little bit of a blur on some of these stars where the camera pans down. Thank you so much. I'm glad you feel that way about each installment. Thank you for supporting my recent crowdfunding campaign. You were one of the first to do so, and it does mean a lot to me. There's an issue with the Real Vision store at the moment, so I haven't actually been able to buy the stuff that you guys help fund, but that should be resolved in the next few days. Because I was going to try and show the improvements there, but didn't work out that way. Alright, so that's one shot done. It's a very simple shot. So we can move on to the next one, which is it's the gunboats going into land. I know these are probably not the most exciting shots to be looking at the moment. But it is a little bit easier for me to keep track of what I'm doing if I do it in order. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Is turn each of these layers into composite shot and then copy the clip from each one. Okay, that's not how I expected that to go. That's not the way I expected it to go because I selected the wrong piece. We want that one. So we've got Star Destroyer goes in there. Get rid of that. Then we've got the assault gunboats. I'm still using the same. Yeah, there's Vornska. One Vornska appears in chapter 3. Still going to use the same model for that. So do check that out if you want to see what they look like. I imagine they'll look a little bit more detailed when I render them better. I'm making my way through the second Ascendancy book. I haven't got very far with it yet, but I enjoyed the first one. Obviously I haven't started the third one yet. It's only been out a few days though. Yeah, no spoilers for Greater Good onwards. Somebody X, hello, welcome. And once again, the light effects. Close these, so it uses less memory. Layer properties. And that's the wrong one. That's a little bit right. Let's change it to screen. Somebody X, part 1 is going to be chapter 1 to 16. I'm aiming to release it before Christmas. Kyle, that's not that long ago, so I'm glad you've picked up the book, and I hope you're enjoying reading it. It'll certainly be a lot faster reading it than waiting for me to finish all of them. I might need to adjust that because the light in the hangar is way too bright here. I'm not going to render it again now though. Let's just yeah, that's very wrong. So I'm going to re-render the lighting here. Sherry, welcome. It's nice to see you here. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I haven't thought about Dark Force Rising too much just yet. I mean, I still need to read the book again to refresh my memory of it before I get too far. Robotic Pope, I'm glad you read the chapters before each video I release. That's not. It's good to have it fresh in your mind that way, and then hopefully you enjoy the video that goes along with it. I mean, I guess you do, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Captain Spire, thank you so much for that. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Don't actually celebrate it here in the UK, but I do like the idea of it, being thankful for the important things in your life, whatever they may be. And right now I'm very thankful for your support. So, thank you. So obviously I will be reading the other two books again in the near future. Well, I say near future, but at some point when I get towards the end of Heir to the Empire, I'm going to need to start thinking about what to do for Dark Force Rising. Excuse me. It's just me copy and pasting. I think I may need to adjust the settings in a few places. Yeah, I don't know why we get Black... Actually, I do know why we get Black Friday. We get Black Friday because there's a lot of money to be made from it. Somebody Matt Finish does an excellent Palpatine voice. I haven't asked him about it yet, because we're not that part of the story, but if you go and check out his YouTube channel, he does impressions of pretty much every male character from all of the films. So go and have a listen, and his Palpatine's excellent. So when the time comes, I will definitely be asking him if he'd like to. Mort626, welcome. So if you look in the background, you should be able to see the motion blur of the stars as the camera pans to match the ship. So realizing this isn't necessarily going to work quite the way I thought it would, because of the motion blur. But there are other kind of blurs, so let's try one of those. Angle blur. I think that's going to work better. Maybe. No. It needs to be motion blur. I think what I'm going to have to do is render each of these ships as its own layer, which is kind of really annoying. Which actually makes me think maybe I'm better off just rendering this in Omniverse, because it would do the motion blur for each ship individually without me having to do anything other than to press the button to turn it on. Because instead you got this weird ghosting effect, which isn't what I really want. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Because in this battle there are lots of ships. You got these 4 assault frigates, then you got the Star Destroyer, and of course you got all the fighters as well, which adds a significant amount of complexity. And then even beyond that, you've got all the laser and explosion effects that are going to come. So I think, yeah, I'm definitely going to be better off rendering this in Omniverse. Which means this week I need to spend some time sitting down and figuring out how to do all of that. So that might be the end of my attempts to use this method of improving the effects for chapter for part 1. I think Omniverse might be the better way to go if I want to have any hope of finishing it in time for the holidays, as I promised. I don't think I'm going to be rendering the character scenes in Omniverse. It'd be too slow, but for the space stuff, it's definitely the way to go, I think. I think I'll have to play around with it. See what I can do. But I will save what I've done so far. I realised I didn't really get to the most exciting shots that I could have done. I'm not going to switch to Omniverse rendering now because I need to spend some time actually watching tutorials and figuring it all out. I don't think that's going to be particularly entertaining for you guys, but hopefully for next week I will have a better idea of what I'm doing and be able to show you guys some of that and how it looks. But if you don't want to wait that long, check out my recent message from the director video, not the most recent one, but the one before that. It's me. The thumbnail is me standing in a field, and you'll see some samples of what Omniverse can do. So since I can't really do much of anything else, I think I might end the stream here. So everyone who supported my crowdfunding campaign the other day, I do really appreciate that. This part 1 is for, well, it's for everyone, all the fans really, but it's what I promised I would do. Chapter 17 is finished. It's going to be released on Friday. You can find the details of that on my channel, so I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, if everyone here watching the stream who was very kindly supported me, I do appreciate that. Still a little bit overwhelmed. Watched, when you guys fully funded what I was trying to do in 3 hours. I was kind of rendered a bit speechless because I wasn't expecting to reach that so fast. I thought maybe I'd get it in time for the end of the year deadline, but had some very generous and support from you guys, so it means a lot to me. Mort, when I finish the stream, if you want to see what you missed at the beginning, it should go up on the channel. I think it takes a few minutes to process, but then it'll be there. It should be done automatically anyway. So yeah, see you all on Friday. May the Thron be with you. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you celebrating it, and may the Thron be with you.